Happy Thursday. For today, you might want a small towel. Just doing Pilates, no funny business, straight up Pilates. So I'm going to use a small towel behind my low back when I do a roll up. I'll show you how to do that now while you all get settled. But if I'm going to use the towel, and I got this from, I think, Natalia, like Pilates Body Workout, this is her Instagram handle. But this is a nice way to be able to roll through your vertebra that might not like articulate quite as well without feeling like you're heave-hoing down and up. So as you get settled, if you want, have a little towel available, and we'll insert that when we do our roll-ups. Other than that, you don't really need anything. Please feel free to modify as you need to, or if anything like feels a little bit not quite right or needs more time today, take that time for yourself because you're your own teacher. You're your best teacher. So listen here and here, I guess. Actually, maybe less in the here and more in the here, like your heart. So go ahead and stand up to start. Hi, Mom. So you'll stand toward the top of your mat, heels together, toes apart, and stack your arms one on top of each other like a genie. Just take a second here to breathe. So I'll show you from the side, but almost like you're trying to fluff up or fill out through the back of your lower rib cage, really gently. Inhaling in there, exhaling to soften the front ribs. Again, inhaling, the male person just came. Softening front ribs. And do that 2 more cycles. Breathing into the back of your lungs, 3-dimensionally floating and fluffing up there. And as you exhale, just gently dropping your front ribs down. We'll keep that same sensation. Lift up to the ball joints of your feet so your heels lift. And when you lift, try to keep the heels together still. So I've got about a human fist distance in between my toes, then lowering back down. Doing that again, lifting up, and lowering down, down. It's waking yourself up gently. I just had a session myself where I got to take a session with Brittany Coughlin or Brittany Murphy, I knew her as at one point, of fine-tuned Pilates. I am fortunate enough to have access to a reformer in my house, because this is where my Pilates studio also is, and so she, from her studio, gave me a private reformer session in my house. Last one, keep your heels lifted, hold here, then slowly bend your knees and you'll lower into the mat. I'm telling you this because I'm really excited to see how I move, or like how this feels on the mat now that my spine is all warmed up. So go ahead and lay yourself down onto your mat or onto your floor. Take a big full body stretch, lengthening arms and feet away from each other. Real soft to the edges. Breathe in and expand. And exhale to ground a little. 2 more. This is like expanding your spider web through your fingers and toes. And softening and centering as you exhale. 1 more time. Big breath in. And stay for the exhale. This time different. Inhale in your big stretchy straight shape. As you exhale, bend your knees into your chest and catch a hold of your shins. And we'll do that 3 times. So stretching arms and legs away, expanding when you breathe in, and wrapping and curling gently into yourself as you breathe out. 2 more. It's like you are doing an interpretive dance of what your breath is doing. The big expansion of the in-breath, the contraction of the out-breath. Stay this time in your little ball. Now, try straightening your legs out to 45 degrees. And if that doesn't quite happen or it feels like not great, then either lift them up higher to the ceiling. So I'd be straight up, feet above the hips, or I'm here, but only if I'm not like, wow, and dipping my low back. So I want to stay anchored without crushing down. If neither of those are an option, feel free to have your knees bent out, just shoulders distance apart. And right here might be enough work. You can go ahead and support your skull. I find that this helps to find the position of the 100 start so that I curl up high enough that it's almost like my head's over top of my chest, but I'm also pulling slightly back through the back of my skull. And if you look at the difference at the screen for a second, if I'm like jutting forward through the chin, it actually puts a lot of pressure on my neck, as opposed to like if there's something your right shin, extend your left leg forward, control your descent to the ground, and right away switch. Other knee bends in, and you switch. So this is your single leg stretch. We're following the sequence from Return to Life, as taught, or like, not taught by, but Joseph Pilates' original. 2 more. Now hold both knees in towards you and reach the arms back as your legs both go forward. Circle arms around and catch your shins. Double leg stretch. So notice how when my legs go forward, my arms reach back, I'm really trying not to change anything about my torso. It's stuck in space. Trapped in time. 2 more. If you want more challenge, circle your arms first, then bring the knees in. Last one. Hold, relax your head down. Single straight leg stretch, reach both legs towards the ceiling. If hamstrings are tight, just have a little bend in the back of the knees. I'm feeling okay this morning, so I'm going to straighten both of my legs. Curl up head, neck, and shoulders. Catch your right ankle with both hands. Left leg goes a little forward, not crazy. And then switch. As you get into this, if it feels like you're moving from your abdominals, you might let the other leg go slightly further forward to open the front of the back. Keep looking at the belly button and reaching your hands for your ankle. 3, 2, whoops, and with the left leg up, draw the right leg up too. Hands support your head, both legs straight, but turned a little out. Wrap them outward. Lower the legs only for 3, 2, 1, then lift back up. Legs lower. 3, 2, 1, lift. 3, 2, 1, lift on 1 count. Last time. We switch the tempo to go down quick and up for 3, 2. Look at your abdominals as you go down. Try to pull them in towards the floor a little. 1 more time. Into crisscross. So bend both knees. Twist towards your right knee. Left leg extends forward. And switch. 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 So we're getting a little flow going on today, which means you might start sweating. Gets the cardiovascular system going, blood circulating through your body. 4 more. Really try to wring the air out of the lungs. Hold in the middle, hands to the shins, relax your head. Deep breath in and out. Take your feet to the floor. We're rolling up, so if you want, have your blanket behind you. I'll straighten my legs out right into the ground. My arms up above the head, chest. Nod the chin in towards the chest and heel up. Slowly, 1 bone at a time. Once you're there, stack the spine. Legs reach forward and take them wider than your mat. Hard flex your feet, so I'll just show it here so you can see them. Arms reach forward, squeeze under your butt to get a little taller. Then like you're against a wall, start to come off the wall bit by bit, rounding forward. My hands stay at shoulder height as I dive my head toward the floor. Shoulders out of ears, and roll back up. So you want to make sure you have a neck at the bottom. That you're not hunched, but you're moving your spine. So letting the hands kind of follow suit. And actually, if you have the towel, you could always take the towel and feel some activation through your lats, like we did yesterday, by pulling your towel tight as you round forward and as you roll up. 2 more, I'll show you from the side. So I'm peeling forward, not backwards, forward. And back up. Last one. Once you're at the top, pull, towel to the side. So hold your hands out. Remember, these are UFOs. Slight tuck under of the pelvis so that you're off of your sitting bones. And soft knees. Now try to float your legs right up into your hands and then hold your legs with your hands. Cool. So this is our open leg rocker prep. Notice I'm trying really hard not to scrunch, but this is my pattern. So if I end up hiking the shoulders, notice that's not intentional. Stay here, then upside down and inside out indeed will rock. So as you inhale, look to the belly button, rock back, exhale, rock up, rock back, rock up. Upside down and round and all the things. So you might stay like that, side, down, or straighten your legs. Oh, it's a little trickier. The higher you hold towards the ankles, it's like a little bit hard. But if you really stiffen the legs and use them like they're like, I don't know, crutches. Oh, that's maybe a bad metaphor. They're like two pieces of wood that won't move. It actually kind of makes it easier to move your spine. Rocking back and rolling up from your stomach. 2 more. Woo! On the last one, hold at the top. Bring both legs together. Gingerly, Natalia, again, walk your hands down the legs, lower your head to the floor. Corkscrew. Knees go a little to the right, circle around to the left, and back up. Other way, round and round. Diana Ross knows. So you can do this one with bent knees if this is like feeling less than stellar. Or, if you're feeling up for it, the second version of corkscrew is grounding your arms a lot, lifting your hips up, legs lift to the ceiling, roll down one side of the rib cage, legs circle round and round, and back up the other side. And I switch. Roll down the left side of my rib cage, lasso the legs around, and roll back up through the right. Woo! Do it again. And last one. Ooh! Roll back up, center yourself as you've been doing that crazy business, and roll down one bone at a time. One roll up to get to seated, curl into yourself, one bone at a time. Almost made it. Once you stack yourself back up, it's saw. Hard flex your feet, separate your legs, arms reach out to the side. Twist towards your right, round forward towards the knee, try to saw off your baby toe. Come back up to your center in your twist, then return. Other side, rotate, round forward, reach for baby toe, and come back up. So as you rotate towards one side, you're letting the other side of the rib cage kind of move back. This is like a cue from Brittany via Olivia. So as I rotate to my right, I'm letting my left half of rib cage come forward. I'm not letting my hips move, so trying to stabilize there. So you've got an anchor point on which everything else can move and bring out your lung. Last one, it's an out breath as you saw off the baby toe. Come back up through center, reach both arms forward. Legs center, roll down into your mat, one bone at a time. You can dance if you want on the way. Okay, once you get onto your mat, if you've run out of space like me, you'll scooch back onto it and flip over like a pancake. So just have your head to the floor. Sorry I'm facing away from you, but it'll be okay. Swan, hands ground beside your low ribs. Hover your face a little bit off of the mat. Hover the hands off of the mat. Peel the chest and the face forward and up into a back bend. Then press into your palms. Lift up a couple inches higher. Hold that height by squeezing the elbows behind your back, but then lift your hands again and lower back down. 2 more. Hands lift, I peel my chest forward and up. Press into my palms for a little boost to challenge. Try to hold that and lift your hands again. And last one. First back bend, no hands. Press into palms, slightly boost. Hover hands again. And this time stay. Reach both arms up back behind you like you're pulling heavy straps. Arms are straight beside your body. Push through the knuckles to lengthen your neck. And elbows bend till the knuckles are below your shoulders and then back out. Pulling straps in, and stretching back out. Bending elbow till knuckles underneath elbow, I should say. I said shoulder before, ignore me. Bending in and pressing back out. 2 more times, bending and heavy straps, press them back. Last one. Pull the heavy straps back. Now lift the chest up a little higher. Stay for a breath and soften into the floor. Let one cheek go to the ground. Take a breath in and out. My heart rate's a little higher. And slide your hands to the floor. Bend your knees to sit your butt back towards your heels to child's pose. You'll take a breath there. And roll your way up to seated, 1 bone at a time, nice and slow. Then you'll turn yourself back around so you're facing the front of your mat, and legs lengthen out in front too. Cool. From here, spine twist. So hard flex both feet, bring them tightly together, and reach both arms out long. Breathe in where you're at. Exhale to twist towards your right. and then out a little more and more. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your left. And then exhale, exhale. So it's kind of a 3-pulse situation. The first breath and twist I take, I'm trying to get as much rotation and as much breath out as I can. But then there might be like a little extra puff. So it's a breathe in through center. You get taller as you twist, twist, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Try 2 more. Arms are reaching out right from the chest. Be mindful that one arm isn't going forward of the other. Sometimes the arms like to trick us. I know from experience. Last one. Arms reach forward. Take a big breath in. And melt your way down to the floor 1 vertebra at a time for shoulder bridge. So bend both knees, feet to the floor, and roll your hips up into a bridge. Once you're lifted at the top, take an extra breath and roll back down. We'll do 4 of those. So you've got 3 more in front of you. Ground your wrists down into the mat. Sometimes that helps to open the corners of the shoulders because everything is connected. And these are your last 2. Articulating, rolling up, feeling the backs of your legs and your glutes, your butt ignite. So that on this one, you'll stay and we'll add on. Roll up into a bridge and now hold this one. Right leg lifts to tabletop. So knee right above the hip, pause there. 4 hip dips, halfway down, press back up, halfway down and up. 2. Last one, straighten right leg, draw a little tiny circle on the ceiling. 3, 2, same leg, reverse direction, circle. 4, keep it small. Try lifting your right hip a bit. 2 more. Last one, rebend right knee, foot to the ground. Roll your spine down before we do side number 2. Right away, curl back up, bone by bone. Hips stay lifted. Left leg lifts to tabletop. Take a breath to feel even through both sides. Then the dip, little down and up 4 times. Just to feel your right butt cheek ignite. To hold you here on this one. Now straighten your left toes up towards the ceiling and draw small circles. 4, 3, calm the breath. 2, and 1. Other way, same circles, small. Again, if the left butt cheek's starting to droop, try to keep that pelvic half lifted. Last one, rebend your knee. Lower the foot to the floor. Tip some weight forward into your shins, and then melt down 1 bone at a time into your mat. Once you're there, take a big stretch from hand to foot. Arms and legs lengthen out and away from each other. And exhale. Okay. Do a roll up to get to seated. Lift your arms above the chest, bone by bone. Roll your way up. Mine is not doing so well now. It's like, I'm tired. That's fine. Cross your shins, ground your hands, and step back into a plank. Legs are straight. If you were here yesterday, you'll be like, oh yeah, wait, I'm gonna puff between my shoulder blades. I'm gonna shift a little forward, and then think about pulling myself to the floor. Bending your elbows, but not letting gravity do it. Pulling yourself to the floor. Once you're on the ground, untuck the toes and reach your arms straight forward. This is called swimming. I don't think you've done this before. Hover your hands and your legs, arms and legs a bit off of the ground, not too high. Then take a swim, little like flutter kick. Imagine you've got, you may have a flutter board and doing little kicks, and also arms are paddling. Try to feel that the paddling happens from the back of the upper arm. And then you've got 1 more breath here. Big breath in. And exhale everything out. Lower everything into the mat. Stay for a breath. Slide your elbows back behind you so you've got your hands below your chest now again. Tuck the toes under. Make the legs really strong. And then hug your navel in towards your spine quite a lot. See if you can press up to a hover, like 1 inch off the floor. Everything hovers except for your hands and your feet that are pressing down. Then press the rest of the way up into your plank. No big deal. Breath here. Pull your right leg up to hip height. Shift slightly forward and back on your left toes 2 times. Then you switch. Leg lowers down, other leg lifts. Shift forward and back, and forward and back. This is called leg pull down. Switch, side one. Float the leg to hip height, shift forward and back, and then other side, one more time. Joseph Pilates original, still effective like 100 years later. Both feet on the floor, take a breath. Peel the spine up and back to downward facing dog, which is not, for the record, it's not a Pilates move, but it feels good right now. Stay for one more breath as you are. Wave your way forward back into plank. It's a transition. So look slightly forward of your fingers. Pull yourself to the floor. Bend your elbows. For you, so that your elbow will go down right under your shoulder. So take a peek, make sure elbow is under shoulder, forearm is parallel with the short edge of your mat, and hug the bottom side of the body into you. And actually wrap your hand, do this. Wrap the hand to find some lift there, turning your chest square to the wall in front of you. Lift the bottom hip up and lower back down. Just like that. There's only 4. Try not to freak out. Option to bend knees. And do this with knees bent. Last one. Lift up and try to make your way into your forearm plank with straight legs. Top arm lifts towards the ceiling. Breathe in where you are, and as you exhale, wrap and hug and look underneath the other elbow. Inhale, chest lifts back through center. Exhale, ribs wrap around and look below you. Twice more. Try to keep the pelvis still as your upper body turns. Last one. Big exhale, wrap around, hug the ribs, lift the arm, soften the knees to lower your hips down. So press up onto your bottom hands, use both fingertips behind you, lean a little back in the hips so you can lift your legs and do a cool swing to the other side. Lay down onto side number 2, head is at the opposite end of the mat, you're still facing the same direction. Top hand is in front of the chest. Both legs are long and flex the feet, lift them up, move them forward and down. So see how my torso is still in line with the back of my mat, but my legs are a little forward of my body. Top leg lifts, we go. Kick forward, forward, lengthen back, back. Trying to find the movement back from my butt cheek. So I'm going forward, forward, and I'm almost thinking a little bit about tucking my tailbone when my leg reaches back, even though that probably won't happen. Just finding that to help my glutes engage when they go behind. If you want, you can give it a big old grab too, it's fun, if that's okay with you. 2 more. This time, top leg is on above the bottom one, hover to hip height. Lift up, lower down, lengthen and lower. Kind of, even though this is still, you know, some sense of definite, like, quote unquote, work, or, it's another word, last 2, and 1. Point your foot, circle for 4, maybe engagement, 3, 2, try to soften your brain, go the other way. So yes, body is still engaged, but mind is not, like, freaking out. Go again, 4 times, 4. Keep outer bottom foot hard flexed, 2, and 1. Last time, circle other direction, 4. We have the external rotation with foot flex right here. So turn out your thigh bone, lengthen, lift up, heel lowers down, outer leg up and down. Lift and lower. And try to feel that nothing changes in the spine, even though your leg's making these big movements. Last 2 like this. Soften neck and jaw. Final 1, bring the leg back down, bend the knee, foot to the floor, hand catches ankle, outer knee stretches away from you. Bottom leg, lift, up, and down. Smoothing out this side, going a little deeper, because the movements are more familiar. So get into them. 4 more times, lift and lower. Keep finding length from head to foot. Top of head, like if you have a top bun like I do, it's reaching long. Hold the leg lifted, circle. 4, 3, foot can be pointed or flexed, doesn't matter that much. Go the other way. Feel that your top hip is still stacked on the bottom one and not leaning back. Last time, hold. Top leg reaches out with the bottom one. Flex both feet. See if you can take top hand behind the head as well. Play with the balance and press a little down into the elbow to almost lengthen your bottom side. It's okay if you lose balance. Move the legs back in line with your torso. Lower the feet down. Use your top hand. Press up onto the forearm. We go. Lifting up into side plank. Lowering down to the floor. 3 more. Again, knees can be bent if that feels more preferable for your body. You do you. 2 more. Lifting and lowering. This last one, hold your side plank on the forearm. Pause, hips stay stacked. Your upper spine gets a little movement. Breathe out to hug. Wrap underneath. Inhale, open. 3 more. Wrapping and lifting. Try to turn the rib cage, not just your arm. I just busted myself doing that. And last one, hips stay still, rib cage turns. Open up, stay. Soft knees, lower the body down. Reach all the way long onto the floor, roll onto the back. Take a moment there, feet grounded. Walk your feet to the edges of your mat, inner knees can rest in toward each other. Hands ground onto your abdomen, close the eyes or soften your gaze. Breathe space into the sacrum, so try to fill out kind of where like the top of your pants might be, at the back of your body, and exhale to let the whole jaw and face and eye area go. 2 more breaths like that. As much as we find effort I'm a little bit reticent to do any kind of like headstand prep if you've not really done a headstand before. This might not be the best place to... The boys did the workout with you? That's awesome, Danny. I love that. But handstand stuff we can work towards. So maybe tomorrow have some wall space available that you can use. It doesn't have to be a big wall space, but like just something like that. See that little peak between the window and the thing? Like that much space so that you've got something if you're not as confident at like the kicking up thing. We can work on the kicking up thing. Yeah. Thanks, Mom. I think you're the best. That sealed the deal. It's good to know. All it needed was seal. Sealed the deal. Oh my God, I just understood what you said. I guess I got my sense of humor from you. It's awesome. Okay, have the best day. Wait, neck shoulder strengtheners. Yes, totally. That goes along with what I was planning. So yeah, tomorrow, definitely like upper body strengthening stuff, some mobility, and maybe some inverting. Bye. Jack did the roll-ups with me. Oh my God. With all of us. That's awesome. Go Jack. Okay, bye pals.